good evening, good afternoon, wherever you happen to be. I know for Nancy, you're in Florida, so for you it's the evening, and I'm Susan Krautter, calling you from British Columbia, where it's just in the late afternoon. I just wanted to spend a few minutes, and thank you so much today, Nancy, for joining me. A little bit about our story, which is in praise of social media, which is the way we met. Nancy actually we met over social media, and Nancy is the coordinator of a marvelous global social network group, which helps people develop themselves in a way that I was able to observe the day I went to be her featured speaker at a lunch and learn that they have. And it was a great pleasure. The warmth and support of that group. If anybody's interested, please let me know in the comments and I'll give you the contact details for Nancy's group. And it came to pass then, as I was giving my presentation about hormone health, I mentioned a gel that has come to my attention recently in the last 2 months, once again via social media, and it's a homeopathic human growth hormone. And Nancy jumped in at the end and said that she herself has experienced absolutely marvelous results. And Nancy has consented to come on this evening and talk about the marvelous outcomes of her use of the gel. And I just had 2 or 3 questions for you, Nancy, tonight. One of them was, how long have you been using the gel?
Several years now, probably going on 3, I believe.
Wow. And I've only been using it for 2 months. We know that it takes 90 days to get the full effect. And many of you have heard of human growth hormone, as I had, in the context of it being an injectable by prescription. This is over the counter, and it's a gel that you rub on. So it's super easy to use. And as the time goes by, we begin to notice the improvement in various ways for different people for our health. So Nancy, what have you appreciated about it?
Well, I wanted to address one of the things, it says it normally takes X amount of days. However, for some of us, we experienced some immediate results, and there was an explanation for that. And I wished I'd thought about getting that together for you, but I experienced some immediate results, and it was not a placebo effect or anything like that. But I did experience some results right away. I don't require very much sleep, but I was really having trouble sleeping. I'm talking so much so that I thought that I was making it up. And I bought a Fitbit, put it on my arm so that I could document and show my doctor that I really wasn't getting any sleep whatsoever. So that was the first thing. I immediately started in getting better sleep, and I was having those vivid dreams that they talked about. And I'm not nightmares, but your dreams, when they say they're very vivid, if you're not a dreamer or don't think you are or whatever, chances are you're going to be having some really vivid dreams. Okay. So then the next thing is I've got really super fine, thin hair. And I was trying to find a new hairstylist. And so I was going to different hairstylists to try them out. And every single time, and I even made a video about it, every single time I did not mention a word, when the stylist would start cutting on my hair and working on it, she would say, "Are you on some kind of supplement or something? I don't know what's going on here, but I'm seeing, new growth." And I laughed, and she said, and I said, "Well, my hair is super fine and thin." And she's like, "Well, you've got a lot of body in your hair." And so for somebody who had fine, thin hair at my age to all of a sudden have some body and new growth and gray, I was starting to get a little gray in my eyebrows. And then I always had, this white gray that was minimized. So that was really the second thing that I noticed. And then I used to make fun of my mother-in-law because she would get out of bed in the morning and she would lean over, and she wasn't very old, and she would just grab her knees and talk about the aches in her knees. Well, Nancy Gaskins has started in experiencing some shoulder, pain and those knees, and I'm on the computer all the time. So my joints. And so, I started noticing that I was not complaining about that anymore, that I wasn't having that joint pain, that, that I had before. And then for some of you, this might be a little taboo, what I'm fixing to say, but ladies, this is good for the men and good for the women. And the men talking about increased libido as well as the women. And for those of you who may be experiencing, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. We're all adults here, dryness or some things like that. You won't have that problem. In fact, you're gonna be thinking you're 16 again. Just saying. So, anyways, those are some of the things. And then to top it off, okay, that's me. And so my mother has fallen and broken her hip, not once, but twice, and her shoulder, not once, but twice. And so she had a lot of ailments and all those things. So I have recently brought her down here and immediately put her on the gel. And she is white-headed. I mean, like beautiful snow white hair. Well, as I'm fixing her hair, I'm noticing she's got some gray streaks in her hair. Okay. That was one thing I noticed. Brain fog, where she's kind of showing some signs of dementia. That seems to improve that. And let's see what else. Her energy, she had like zero mobility. And I mean, she's just really had a tough last few years, just basically sitting in a recliner 24/7. Well, I'm going to attribute some of that to the gel, as well as another product that we've been using for her, because it is like a 180 just in a couple of months of her being here. And I have to remind her, but every day, she and I both are using this. Then I know that's not all. It's like an infomercial. I have my daughter who is 38, and she is a fitness guru and a gym rat. And she started in using it and absolutely loves the product. So that is what I can say about this wonderful, wonderful gel. And let me tell you, folks, it only takes a tiny bit, the size of a blueberry, twice a day or whatever you want to do. And again, like I said, I experienced some immediate results, and they talked about the glands and some other things. I can't remember exactly why that was. For some people that they can experience some immediate results. Not everybody will. And of course, no results are guaranteed or anything, but for me, I won't ever quit,
Well, thank you, Nancy. Wow, you hadn't even shared with me all those things. I do know that there are a number of ingredients in the gel. Not only do we have homeopathic nanodosing of the human growth hormone, which, by the way, this formulation has been being used in the United States for 20 years now, I believe. But also now in Canada for the last 6 months or so, we've been able to make it available. But it contains some glandulars as well, which are supportive of the thyroid and the adrenal. And we know that the stress that most of us are under in today's world, we've tired out our adrenals. So I think some of the early responses that people are noticing, their ability to sleep better. And by the way, those dreams are an indication that you're in what they call REM sleep, which is rapid eye motion sleep, which is the deepest, most restful sleep there is. So I've been working with women. I opened my practice in '96, and boy, oh boy, 2 months ago, when I learned about this gel, I thought, I wish I'd had this all these years to be able to recommend.
Well, tell them, some people may not know your background.
Yeah, I've been nursing since, many, many years, since 1966 in the conventional system. I still am. But in '96, I was moved to open my own practice as a holistic nurse. And so ever since then, I've been specializing in hormone health, mainly through educating. My website is called understandinghormones.com. I have a book that if anybody, a free ebook that I'm happy to offer you if you put this down in the comment section. And it's my absolute passion, because I come across women in their hundreds who don't understand that they don't need to be victim to their hormones. They don't need to have hot flashes. They don't need to have depression and weight gain. And this is true all throughout life for men and women. You know, we've got a lot of hormone mimickers in our environment. The products we use, rub on our skin, exposure to them, petrochemicals and stuff, and they all mimic estrogen and put us into a tailspin of hormone imbalance. So it's been a delight to have you on. This what is going to be alive on my feed on Facebook, and I look forward to our next connection in the world that you are as well.
Well, it's my pleasure, and thank you so very much for inviting me. And for those of you who are aspiring, emerging, or seasoned entrepreneurs, if you would like to grow your business or start a business and learn how to do it exponentially over a short period of time, I invite you to come and check us out. It's called meetbyreferralpartners.com. And we have an event every Friday at 11:30 to 1 Central Standard Time. And you can join us for free 2 times, take us for a test drive and see if we're a good fit. We may not be. After all, eagles don't hang out with turkeys, chickens, and vultures, right? So what are you? I hope you're an eagle. So thank you, Susan.
Thanks, Nancy. Bye for now.